All right, I think we are live. Good evening. Sorry we were a little late. Actually, the better half is coming. She was finishing up bathing Livy and getting her kind of ready for bed. She got a little restless right when we were fixing to go on. So we'll talk about what we're having go on this week while my phone goes off and gets set. So welcome everybody. Welcome Rehab Life, Miss Rebecca, Miss Josie. How are y'all tonight? Thank y'all for coming on. Sorry we were a little late, but we are live. It's been a cool week. We've had a fun week. It's kind of a downer week for the kids because uh, a lot of things happened this week. So I know that they were not too excited about the start of this week, but it is going to be a good week. Two Quacks and Cluck, or Five Clucks Farm. Hey, man, how are you doing? Miss Debbie, Miss Dorothy, Miss Phyllis, thank y'all for coming on. My better half is coming, so she will be here in just a second. We have the way our church works is our church kind of it we have it every other Wednesday for our children, and so tonight it went a little bit long. I didn't get to go because actually I was off the farm. I was actually coming home to do some farming and just didn't get to get off at the same time they left. So we all just kind of got here like at 7:20. So we're trying to scarf food down, and all the kids had to have baths. So it's just been a fun time. So trying to get everything done before we get on live. So Miss Mac is coming. Hey, Miss Darling, how are you, Miss Shirley? Welcome from Marietta, Georgia. Hey, I bet it's warm over there like it is here. It's humid. Hey, Big Dave, what's going on, man? Yes, thank you for coming on. I know it's for us. It's 8 o'clock here, and it's starting to get dark. So I'm sorry if you're on the Eastern time. It's a little it's a little late for y'all. So sorry about that. Hey, Otter, 2018, Ivy Acres. Hey, watching while I'm milking. I commend you because I milk once a day and I milk at 4 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't imagine milking twice a day. So we're calf sharing. We actually just moved the calf over about 5:30, and then we had to move the other cattle and also the sheep tonight. So it was a big day on the farm. Miss Francis, how are you doing? Hey man, you know what I've learned about vlogging for us? We vlog. We do, it's one of those things because we're always on farm, we always have our camera. So we miss some things, but pretty much we have all this footage and our biggest deal is not vlogging, it's editing our vlog. So we have a bunch of footage that we're going through from the last week, and that's actually what we're vlogging for this week. We have a great video coming up on a fun afternoon we had Saturday with some good friends, and we were doing some shooting. So we'll have a video on that coming up very soon. Hey, Miss Ann from Michigan. Is it warm up there like it is down here in the South? Fighting hornworms. Miss Francis, what's so crazy is we didn't really have hornworms as much this year, but we had a lot of fly issues and a lot of caterpillar issues. Not hornworms, but like true little caterpillars. So that gave us a little fit this year. What was so funny is I planted fall corn just a few days ago, and I think it became a venison patch because I've got deer hooves all the way through it. So I might have a really good hunting uh, hunting field in the next few weeks because I was planting field corn and now it's all of a sudden become like a deer haven because there is tracks everywhere. So hey, is the live stream okay? I'm showing a little buffer on my side, so if you can see it, give me a thumbs up so that way I know you're here. Yes, it has been hot here. We actually ran like a 90 to it was like 95% humidity today, and it was 95. So that was pretty warm here. And when you walk outside, you start sweating in the South. So I don't know about you, I sweat like crazy this time of year. It's been 90s here in for rehab life. What's up, Sam? How are you, man? Hey, someone asked the other day, Sam, what are those purple peppers called? Those purple peppers that was in the videos are from you, Sam Walden. So let us know um, what that pepper's called. Hey, thanks guys for letting me know. For some reason, mine was buffering on this end. I'm not sure why. Okay, let's see. Miss Francis says, "I never have hornworms. The flies are crazy. Yeah, our flies are crazy. We don't spray our cows a lot. We've had to spray our cows. We make up a homemade remedy, and this year we had to use some actually cow spray once or twice this year, just because the flies were terrible this year. Horse flies were not that bad this year. Last year they were terrible, but this year I haven't seen as many. But the little, just regular old flies, man, it's been nuts. Yeah, Rehab Life. I don't know. Like we talked about last time on the lives, it judges the lives on an auto lower quality video because it's a longer stream unlike a video. So you can change it if you go down to there's a little I think a little dots down there. You could change it to be a higher quality, but it will slow the stream down. I don't know why they're like that. So, hey Latoya, what's going on? Diana at Justice Acres, canning green beans tonight. We did again too. Misty actually put up another 24 cans today. We literally filled up our shelf almost to the max just today. Hey, Miss Martha, thank you for coming on, and I'm glad you could catch us too. I promise you, Miss Mac is coming. I know everybody's here for her because she's a lot cooler than I am, but she is coming. Awesome on the green beans at the max. Yes, you know what? Misty's got a little snippet. We had a little hiccup with one of our freezers, and it's coming out in a video, not to burn the bubble, but Misty just said, more now than ever, I realize how important canning is for some of the things that especially I have two freezers that's not like right beside our garage. They're up in our extra space up top in our little workout room. So Misty went up check. We check on them every week just to make sure they're okay. And one was just not acting right. So Misty took a lot of that out and canned some of it, and of course we lost some of it too. So Misty's been canning again today. Actually, I thought we were coming to an end with canning, but she took some of the stuff out of the freezer and went on canned it. Oh, Rehab Life. I'm sorry, man. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Logan. How are y'all? You coming, Miss Mac? Miss Mariah, how's everyone's evening doing? I know our evening is doing good. It's been a busy evening. That's why Miss Mac is trying to finish up everything. And we had a good move on the farm today. It was really hot, but we had cattle move and sheep move, but everybody is doing really good. I don't know if y'all saw our post on Facebook this morning. For some reason, I was going to work and I went out the opposite way. And I said, for some reason, I just need to go check that side of the farm before I go to work. And as soon as I pulled over there, all my little pigs were out. And what it is sometimes Aiden doesn't straighten the net real good. And I told him yesterday, I said, the net looks a little crooked. You may want to straighten it up before it gets dark. He was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And I don't think he did because this morning they were out. Well, hello, Miss Mac.
Baby duty comes first.
Baby duty. Good evening, Just Country Girl. North Central Washington. Welcome, Miss Deb. Yeah, so the pigs are out. You like those?
These little raspberry fig bars.
Yeah, so we we don't eat. Oh, I say this. I buy Misty junk food every once in a while. The kids junk food, but we bought these Nature's Bakery fig bars, organic, non-GMO. I guess I don't know if they're actually fig bars, are they? Or they just have raspberry mixed with the fig bars.
I don't know. I guess we should look at the ingredients more.
I actually bought the raspberry ones for Sayla and the chocolate ones for Miss Mac, but I think she stole one of Sayla's.
These are actually good.
Are they?
Mm-hmm. Fig paste and raspberry.
Okay, so it's mixed.
So it's both.
Hey, Freezer Bound Outdoors. Welcome, man.
And it's good when you can look at the ingredients and read them.
I know, when you can actually understand what it means. Jennings is a sweetheart. Is he ornery? He reminds me of my grandson. I say he's wired.
He is full of energy.
He is full of energy.
They've been in school the past few days.
I didn't say that yet, so that was the whole news for today. So, well, anyways, cat's out of the bag.
I just busted the news.
We started school this week, so the kids were not too happy. We actually have kind of like an event later on in the year, and we didn't want to get behind. Misty and we're both OCD, so it's one of those things that's like Misty said, "Let's go and get started." So we started school, so we'll see how that goes.
It's been very interesting with Livy crawling around and pulling up. And like today, he's got a little tractor, and he popped the wheels off and was playing with them on the floor. And normally last year that wouldn't have been a big deal, but now Livy can crawl, and she can crawl super fast. And she went over, and I was like,
"Thanks,
get
Wilbur.
the wheels," because I was scared she was going to put them in her mouth.
Did you do that slow motion?
Yeah. Well, it felt like it was slow motion.
So the kids started school, so it was a little bummer at first Sunday night when we told them because at first, I mean, that's how quick we decided. It was
Mhm.
Sunday night. Okay, we're starting tomorrow. So they actually they did pretty good though. They've been embraced it. You know, it's always the first week, so everybody's like excited. Or well, Aiden's never excited.
We have
about
new
it,
curriculum too, and so the whole school structure is completely different. Um, he said the only thing I don't like is having to wait on you to
not
teach
me.
everybody.
Aiden said that.
Yeah, he was talking to me because I teach everybody now in the way that it's set up now.
Do you have lavender on or something?
Lavender, I put it on, but then Lydia's covered in mosquito bites. Like she's been getting bit here and here.
Mosquitoes been terrible here.
And Jennings had several on his arm, so I
smelled
got
you.
that
I was like,
natural cream that's got like
Yeah.
citronella and
I
a bunch of
smelled the
different.
lavender.
I put it on her because she keeps getting bit.
I'm sorry. Keep going with your story.
I don't know what I was saying.
How about Aiden in school?
Oh yeah, he was like, "Yeah, I like it, but I have to wait on y'all because before we flip, there's 5 pages to each workbook,
That's awesome, Big
and
Dave.
each kid has their own level, but there's still 5 pages. So when I wait, we complete a page, and then I say, "Okay, everybody, flip your page." And he likes to just do it and get it done and breeze on through, but I try to get him to like. I'll ask him a question and get him to put his input, and it just kind of makes it
Interactivity.
right interaction.
Robert, does homeschooling count for college admission? It does. It depends on which one you're going to, if it's accredited or not, or if you do a GD.
Every state is different,
Right.
so
So it
you
comes
need to
down
look
to
at your own state. Now
Mississippi's pretty easy and lax right now.
here for a diploma, anybody can write a diploma. Now, if you're looking for an accredited program where a college, where
They're gonna have a formal transcript,
a
formal diploma.
school is going to give credits to a student, then yes, that school will actually give the diploma. However, when Aiden gets to where he gets credits from me for doing the work that I give him, then I will still write his diploma just like a school would because I have educated him. Can you get like scholarships? Well, there's
You can
tons
apply
and
for
tons
tons,
of
right?
different scholarships out there, from anything to having a very high ACT score. I know
That's
our
the main
community
thing.
college here, if you get a certain score on your ACT in our area, you can get half tuition
Or
and you
full
can get
tuition.
full tuition in just our community college here. So it pays off to do your homework and just take the ACT and score high on it.
Razor Bound, we're new to your channel. Hey, welcome. Thank you for being here on our live. We're from South Mississippi. We're a family of 6 kids, and of course, us as adults, and have a pretty big farm. So we hope that you enjoy our channel. Thank you for being on tonight.
Mosquitoes are horrible. Yeah. Use lemongrass, peppermint away naturally to
Good point, Miss
drive them
Kathy.
away naturally. I usually do make my own sprays, but because I was in a rush to come sit down and talk with y'all tonight, I do have a little balm that's mixed up with some natural things, and it's all essential oils in there. And so I just rub that on them because I actually took my spray outside and sprayed all over the door outside because
have
they
one door.
flock
Yeah,
to
we have like one door.
and I don't know if it's the coolness that they feel on that door because it's got so many windows and they just feel that coolness. Just like one door, and y'all, I'm telling you,
Hey,
hundreds.
Miss Tammy.
I have told the kids before, I'm
Thanks
like,
so much.
you cannot go out the back door because when you open the door, you're letting them all inside.
So like, if we go out the back, like Misty makes us like walk around now.
But I don't even. I've told them 100 times, don't open the door because y'all are letting them in, and they still do it. So I just took my bottle and went around back and sprayed the whole door down. It'll last for a few days, and then I have to go spray it all down again. So, but we had company this past weekend, so I went and sprayed the door down. So when we're opening and closing it, we wouldn't get so many
Hey,
mosquitoes
Angela.
inside.
Hey, Drops family, what's going on? Hey, so for instance, I know there's a lot of questions about the homeschooling thing and with scholarships. So the sports scholarships, not that they're bad or anything like that, but because I mean, Aiden's very athletic, but if he's going to go to college, we definitely want him to excel in the academics more than anything. However, some college is overrated. So we want him to balance out his life skills with his college and with his academics as well. That's a question. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Drop said I went to Walmart today. Lots of bare shelves and hardly any bread. Plenty of flour though. Hey, I'm just telling you, we always are prepping. So I mean, I know y'all seen our stuff and talked about it a lot, but I cannot stress. Please stock up on food. Be a prepper and really stock up on food. If you're not growing it, you need to be buying it. I don't mean to shameless plug us, but you need to go to either My Patriot Supply, buy some dried goods, some Miller bag goods, or
And
either
we
go to
have a
Walmart and
link,
buy.
guys.
Yeah.
We actually put another order in,
Hey, the
and
Kramer
it
Life, what's up, man?
delivered today.
Yeah. Hey, so we got a monster order today. You'll see some things on it. It's actually another year's worth of food. As I said in that
I'm
video,
excited to show y'all that video. I think y'all are
yeah,
going to
and
enjoy
see
it.
what's so cool about it is for us because we are huge on food prepping. So, I mean, we have another our beans and peas did phenomenal this year. They did good last year. We're still eating peas from last year, guys. From last
We
year
canned 16 quarts.
today.
Actually, it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
But
But we have beans from last year and peas from last year. We have beans and peas coming out our ears this year. But guess what? We just planted a whole nother set for fall. And the reason we do that is because if we can prep for eight people in this family, we eat a lot of food. And if we can have that much more put up, man, that's what we want. So dried goods, hey, please plant your gardens. If you're not planting your gardens, please overstock.
Yeah.
People probably make fun of us as hoarders. I wouldn't say we're hoarders. We just buy a lot and we buy it over a plan.
Right, but here's an example.
But prepping is the main thing. Hey, tell us about the cans.
I posted.
Tell us about the cans first. So, like canning, you see all the cans Misty put up. When did we buy those cans, Misty?
Last year.
Last
You
year.
want to know why? Because we were having trouble getting them. So when we found them, the end of last summer to last
this
fall,
time of year,
when they all started pulling all the stuff back out again, we went and bought it all. I say all. We went and bought a lot.
probably 100
And this is
cans.
why, because I knew if it happened last year, it was going to happen again this year. So I started canning my stuff, took a picture of it, put it on social media, and then I had a family member say, "Hey, I have a family member who cans and have gone
crazy,
like
Latoya.
drove like over an hour away and has had and she's an elder person and has had I say elder, she is an older person."
I like it drops.
But said she's had no luck. She cannot find lids, like regular mouth and wide mouth lids anywhere. And I said,
Sam, that's it. That's why we couldn't find any. I know you might have to come to the Max Superstore because we probably have them. So
I said, well,
check the home. Check.
I bought mine
store.
last year because I knew this was going to happen again this year. So all the stuff that I'm using right now, I bought last year. So this year we've been buying, which I think I've used most of what we bought this year.
But see, here's
we're
what.
Still buying.
Every time I go to Walmart or every time we go to town,
and if they're there,
to a hardware store, we literally pick them up. I actually just told Misty I know a place that's got some tomorrow. They just called me today, so I told her tomorrow, hey, run by and get it, because not that we may use them right now, but we are doing more peas, so it allows us to know that as we go into fall, we've got even more. So
I found lids on eBay. You know,
be careful. Be careful with buying lids and what kind of lids you buy on eBay.
Well, I would just say
make sure they're pressure canning lids.
Yeah, I don't think the canning companies do a good job of labeling hot water bath lids and pressure canning lids. There is a difference. Or that's what we were taught. There is a difference. You need to make sure your lids.
Donna, you can reuse lids, but not in pressure canning form or hot water bath. We use ours where if we're putting up spices like.
Well, there is a company that makes reusable lids.
Yeah, but your typical like ball lids and things like that.
Your silver.
Once you use them, they're done, and then you'll use it. You can use them for storage. We do them for milk, like if we're doing milk or if we're doing herbs or spices, anything like that. You can use them, but other than that, you can't use them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're made by Kerr, so that's good, Miss Josie. We have some Kerr lids too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, Miss Rebecca. The one thing we've learned is we try to stay away from the gold lids and we try to stay from the non-marked lids, and we try to go with American product lids. So if you look on a lot of the the packaging. It says "Made in America" or "Made in China." Nothing against China, but we try to stay with the "Made in America" seals. They tend to do better. The Kramer life. Hey man, kind of where y'all at on your looking for the farm thing? I haven't got to catch some of your videos, so let us know how you're doing there. I saw someone say they had about 2 years worth of food. We probably have even more than that, I would imagine. Wouldn't you say?
With all of our dried stuff, yes.
Probably so. And our freezers and of course our cans.
Why not the gold? Gold tends to rust, eat more easily. And another
Hey Jennifer.
thing that a lot of people I know down here in
Kramer
the
life. I'm sorry,
South,
man.
down here in the South, a lot of people want to leave their lids, their rings on their lids. I was taught to do that. That's
Humidity.
actually a no-no.
Right.
And let me tell you why. Because it can create a false seal over time, and because of the rust, it causes rust issues. So you actually need to wait 24 hours and then remove the rings off of the lid. We had some actually Michigan friends come down, and I had hot water baths and pickles and some jellies, and I had a few other things put up, and they said, "Why are your lids still on your cans?" I was like, "Why wouldn't they be?" They're like, "That's not right." And I was like, "Well, I've never been told that." So sure enough, even in our canning class, Miss Wanda said, make sure you're
That's awesome,
taking
Nikki.
the rings off of your lids. They need to come off. The rings need to come off. But that is not a common practice. I don't feel like down here in the South.
No.
It's just like people just leave their rings on. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I really don't know
But
why.
hey, now we have something to say, like kind of like larder we learned.
Miss Sue,
Miss Sue, thank you so much.
you.
You are amazing. We're
You
gonna go
are
spend that
amazing.
on cans tomorrow because we
Yes,
found some.
tomorrow.
Nikki B, I bought a ton of Mylar bags the other day too, so we were just that
What
giddy
kind?
excited. Mylar bags.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
We've been putting up our salt and our sugars
I
and our
thought you
rice and
said my
flours.
lard.
Hey, don't talk about
I was
Mylar.
like, I don't think we're putting up
Thank
lard
you
right
again,
now.
Miss Sue,
I
so
was a
very
little
much.
confused.
Hey Tracy, what's going on? We are going to be putting up lard in the next few weeks because we have one, maybe two hogs ready to go to slaughter, but definitely one.
Yep.
Humidity has a lot to do with it. In a dry climate, you can probably leave them on. That's probably right. But in our South, we're in
It
the
is so
crazy humid area.
It's so humid.
But again, people have never. I think that Mississippi is amazing how we're a very rural area, but I think people have lost that generation of doing more things on the farm and homesteading. Very strange around here. We're very strange people.
Yeah, we are.
Charlotte says, yes, I always remove rings. Lard keeps better than your cooking oil. So I agree there. We're going to try to can some lard. We put all our lard in the refrigerator this last time from the last hogs.
But I will be canning it
But we're
next
going to
time.
can it this time.
Yeah, see, Jennifer says I always left the rings on till the past couple of years. My mama always left hers
That's
on.
right. Yeah, I think it's the
And
older generation here leaves the
well, see, I don't know. I mean, the first person that ever showed me canning left all her lids on. But if you talk to people that can a lot and have for a long
like some of the people on here
amount of years, the majority of people, especially from the north, will tell you that the lids are not supposed to be on. I don't know. I can see with the humidity, especially down here, and the rust problems that it causes. I have seen that myself. So now I understand why the lids should come off.
Like Stacy, she's from this area, and she says, "I take mine off. My great grandmother left hers on."
Really?
So yeah, I think that's what's so cool about YouTube and about learning from people like y'all. Like, I mean, you learn different things from different areas, and you say, that would work better in our area, or that would work better in this area. It's amazing to me. I love this about YouTube and the community that y'all are. I'm telling you.
Rip asked if we will be processing the pigs ourselves.
We will. I don't know if we will. Well, okay. So let me tell you our pig dilemma. And Misty can talk about this too, or we talked a little bit about it a few weeks ago. Our hog Ernie we'll go to process, and we will break him down like we did the other ones. I don't know if we will shoot him on farm, uh, or how do you say it? What's the real term? Shoot him on farm is what we're talking about. I don't know if we'll shoot him on farm because we will scald him in a vat. Okay. Now, the one we may shoot on farm and process is George. If y'all remember, George is about 400 pounds. He is huge. Actually, he might be a little bit bigger than that.
But he's also still intact.
Yeah, so he's an intact boar. So we don't really need him as a boar anymore because we have so many other little boars that are young and young studs. You know, he's the old man.
That's the word.
Dispatch. Thank you, Big Dave. Thank you. Thank you for being politically correct. So he's about 400 pounds. We're needing sausage off him because if you know anything about intact boars, they need to get away from the females. And really, an intact boar and an older boar can taint your meat, especially if their testosterone and hormones are going. So instead of trying to load him to a trailer, we probably will just process him on farm. We'll make sure he's in a heavenly spot, eating a lot of great forest things and having a lot of food with nothing else there.
A few things are going to help. Moving him out from the females is going to slow all of that down. And also not getting him, pour him some feed. He'll just be in hog heaven almost.
That's pretty good.
And
dad joke.
He won't be stressed out. So we kind of feel like if we are trying to force him in a trailer and driving him off somewhere with still being intact, that he's going to get super stressed out. And then obviously once we put him down
and spend all the money and time doing all
this,
this,
and then our meat is not good, then that's just not a good idea. So we really feel like if we pull him out from all the females, then that's going to really slow his hormone production down and keeping him comfortable where he's at, and he'll never even know what hit him.
They like your dad joke, by the way. Have you been working on that?
No, I haven't. It just calm.
No, the heat does not stress our hogs because we do keep them in the forest. So you'd be surprised. They eat and then they just chill. They'll scrummage around and
because they've been in the pig forest and it has rained a good bit, it's
keeping
the ground cool there. Now it is so humid it makes us sweat. But
our fat pigs, like our American guinea hog, our lard hogs,
they just lay around anyway.
They lay around anyway, so I don't know if anything bothers them. The ones that got out this morning, and of course the little American guinea hogs, they're a little bit more, running around, but it doesn't seem to really bother them.
Becky said it's a mom joke now.
It must be. You were ready for it, wouldn't you?
It just calm.
It was just there. Just pulled it out.
Do y'all have any recommendations on a meat grinder? We have one.
All right, so we use I don't even know the name of it. It's in our cart though, isn't it? On Amazon.
Oh, we have a small meat grinder upstairs, but we've never used it before.
Yeah, we did. The one we use for sausage.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That was when Livy was little.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember the name of it real. Remind me. I'll try to link it in the show notes when we get done. But I think it's in our Amazon store. The one we used did great. I had no issues with it at all. The only reason we had an issue.
Is she in her jumper?
Yeah, looks like she's passed out. So the only issue we had with it was it was my fault. I tried to push too much through it on the front end, on through a smaller grinding bit. But then I learned my lesson. That was my stupid fault. But it all worked out really good. I've been very pleased with our slicer and our grinder. They've both been excellent. I just don't know. Thank you, Miss Kathy. You're rocking it. I think it's in there. If it's not, I'll try to.
We try to use our Amazon store because people have questions like that. Hey, what do you use on this? Or hey, what do you use on that? Or what would you recommend doing this? So that we have a hog, a cow, a sheep, a soap. What else is on there? Just random things that we use in the kitchen.
Farm fan, what's
and
up?
I've had some people say, like, hey, where'd you get that bread box? Or, just random things like that. So there y'all go. We try to put a lot of the things in those different
I promise you, though, if it's in there,
to make it easy.
If it's in there, I promise you it works really good. because we have bought some doozies on Amazon, and so we don't post those too much. So hey, I do have a new watering. I think I told you about this. I don't think I bought a new watering filtration system to put in the pots because Missy gets so mad going in the greenhouse and watering. So I bought this little small kind of water connecting thing. So I'm gonna try it out, see if it works. If it works, I'll do a
That's
video
the
on it.
first I've heard of it.
I know, I forgot to tell you. I'm sorry.
What
I'm
kind
melting
of
like a
slicer?
popsicle and doing chores in Oklahoma. I know. I actually just came in from outside, and one of the girls said, "Daddy, did you take a shower with your clothes on?" I swear, Salem said that. I was like, "No, I didn't." What kind of slicer? We are looking for one.
To slice our regular, so you don't have to pull it down. Just
You know the name of it?
I don't.
Let's see. It is OSPA. OSTBA.
Well, that's probably backwards
OSTBA.
to them. Is that backwards to y'all?
I don't know. It's been a great little slicer. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a cheap slicer. I'm not saying go get a
No, it does everything it
100
needs to
pound
do.
piece of ham and try to slice it or slice up bone. But it's been a
We
really good
bought
one.
a big turkey from Sam's because actually it would be cheaper than buying like
Well, we
sandwich
found
meat.
actually Sam's had we went up there and, of
And we
course,
sliced it up with it and it was perfect.
and we found a no nitrate, no preservative turkey, and they actually were on sale because I guess nobody wants to buy unpreserved turkey, uncured, and we bought it. We bought 3 of them, and so we got it per pound less because it wasn't sliced, and we sliced our own, and it is phenomenal.
And it actually ended up being way cheaper than
Oh my
buying like
gosh,
your
yeah.
sandwich meat at the
Man, Miss Kathy, you rock. Gosh. I wish we could be cool like that. Like I'm so sorry if we're your moderators because we suck. Have you ever, I try to catch a comment. I'm a moderator on some channels, and I try to catch people and try to be nice and like get them off of there. I can't even catch them. Heat index here was 105 today in North Alabama and going to be 107 at the end of the week.
Oh,
I
goodness.
feel you. I know it's been hot. I've used a commercial Hobart until it died. Those are nice, Re of Life. I wish I could have one of those too. If I could find one used, I would buy one, but I just can't. Thank you, Miss Deb, for reminding everybody to give us a thumbs up. It does help us to grow our channel. So thank you so much for that.
Smoking turkey is the best. The only thing I know about it is it goes in the fryer and peanut oil.
We actually have, let's see, we have two hams left. I think we're going to try to cure those out the way we could cure out the other one, and I'm going to try to make those boneless and fold those up to where I can slice it myself. We're going to see how that works. Big Dave, he always asks about that barn, and I always hate to break the news to you. We ain't got a barn yet.
We're in line, but until the guys that build for us can help us get the framework started, we can't. We have to just
I need
wait.
it too. I was hoping so much to have it by hurricane season, and hurricane season is here, and we ain't got a barn. But I have kept the animals on the higher end every time we have a major storm. Actually, the lambs just got moved away from where that area was.
Well, Peppa, I keep telling.
I checked her yesterday.
That we need to move her. I would be thinking at least within 3 weeks to expect piglets again.
I checked her yesterday. She actually was not swollen yet, but and she has not burrowed anywhere. No problem, Miss Kathy.
So,
how's your guy? Excuse me, I'm sorry. Miss Amelia says in Portland it is actually sunny and warm. Been trouble with cell for the last 2 days.
Having service.
Oh, having service. Okay.
Well, we are so glad that you can be here tonight.
Yes, indeed. Miss Deb says she don't think we should compare ourselves with the ninja of Kathy.
No doubt.
Hey, Walker Farm Fam, Gary and Cassie, thank y'all so much for dropping in.
Yes.
Go feed whatever animal that is. That's more important. Hey, Tammy says she liked our canning shelf.
Thank you. I like it too a lot. Added 16 more jars to it this morning that I did yesterday.
Hey, Latoya, what was so funny when we did a ham and turkey for Thanksgiving? We didn't tell anybody it was ours either, just to so they wouldn't kind of compare and try to judge it. And they loved the ham. You know, we took it to a family event, and they thought the ham was awesome. Hey, Trader Joe's, what's going on?
Thank you so much, Miss Sue. That was definitely handcrafted by us. You will never find another piece like it.
Well, we built this one, and y'all remember that one. That one was the old candy shelf, but
Just the problem was the distance.
yeah, it's
Like,
just too big.
It was the box. Move your big head. The
Did y'all
box.
hear that?
The box that's right here. I needed it to be wider and not as tall because I was losing space. See, I told you. I was
Keep hitting my big head.
I was losing space in the top. So it just didn't make sense for my canning jars. So,
But tell her I have a premonition because now it fits our canner, our slicer, and all the good stuff.
so
that
now
Leah
we
did.
moved it on this side of the kitchen, and really I needed it to help get some of the stuff off the counter. So it really worked out
Hey,
well.
so this big head was thinking. Hey
Big
James, how are
brain
you?
fills that big head.
I wish that was the case. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I have a step stool, Big Day, because I'm only 5'2", which is borderline and midget level. So I have to have a step stool for
Someone said that
almost
was not
everything.
politically correct the other day.
But I called myself a midget.
Yep, you got in trouble.
You see that right there? That's saying
I
I
miss
don't
eating
care.
pork from cooking a pig in the ground. Have you ever fixed it that way? We actually have been part of 2 or 3 luau's when I was younger. We have not done one here by any means. I did when I was a kid. We were part of
We
a
need
church
to
thing,
though.
and we did some luau's and did it through cooking in the ground. And then they bought a big smoker and they quit doing that. And started doing it just on a big smoker so they wouldn't have to do as much work. Yeah, we used to
need
wrap
to
it
though.
in.
That would be a good.
I had it in banana leaves and all, and it actually has a sweet flavor, so it's really cool.
I haven't ever eaten.
Donna says her dream is to be 5'3". Oh, that's funny.
I'm not very tall. I consider myself not very tall at all.
James, that's awesome, man. I hope you enjoy the kombucha. Don't think of it as tea, think of it as punch. I always tell people who are trying kombucha for the first time, if you think you're drinking sweet tea, you will hate it and you'll never drink it again.
You're going to be in for a
If you think you're drinking like ginger ale or some kind of punch, then you will have something more comparable to the taste.
Yeah.
Jennifer said, "Did we enjoy the early cardio pig exercise?" So I'm gonna tell you about this. I actually was already fully dressed for work, and I called Aiden. I said, "Look, it is so muddy. You're gonna have to come help me." So I don't think Aiden enjoyed chasing the pigs this morning, but it's really more his fault anyway. Because I called him. I said, "Remember that net I told you to straighten up this morning, yesterday?" He goes, "Yeah." You didn't straighten it up. No, I said, "Well, the pigs are out." So then he came and helped me get the pigs back in. They're really good. They really don't get out much, but this was more.
It looked like they all stayed together though, did they not?
Oh yeah, they were just chilling when I pulled up. They were like all around me and
they were looking for food.
Looking for food.
Yeah,
So
that's the thing. Yeah, that's the good thing with it's like a fruity wine. You could compare it to that. But the alcohol content is not comparable to wine. Maybe the taste. So, but we really enjoyed it. Oh, our company that we had this weekend, which we have a really cool video coming out on that, and the teaching and all that our kids got, the instruction from this weekend. It was just a really fun weekend.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Jennifer.
So they had never had kombucha. So we let them taste it, and I actually think that they enjoyed it. So I sent them
he's got pictures of it.
Really?
Yeah.
So I sent them home with a scoby, and they have made their kombucha.
He's got two different sets going.
Good.
And he's rocking it.
So, yeah, and it's so good for you. I mean, I can't.
We enjoy it. I mean,
we do.
I drank a bottle yesterday. Trader Joe's, we have harvested potatoes. Our harvest for potatoes, we actually plant in February and usually get our harvest 110 days after that. So we talked about doing a fall harvest.
Is it 110 or 120?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I think it's 120.
Might be 120. So we talked about doing another fall potatoes, but to be honest with you, we just didn't get enough last year to justify another. And since Misty put up a good bit in cans, we're not going to do a fall harvest. Other than we're trying to grow a little sweet potatoes out there. That's it.
Hey, Big Dave, I didn't give a spoiler alert now.
Spoiler
I
alert!
didn't tell y'all what they were doing. I will say that it was pretty cool though, and I think y'all are gonna enjoy watching the kids on the video.
Hey, we have to really. Misty has had to change our scoby several times, Miss Kathy, because of that, because it gets too vinegary, and the kids like it a little bit more sweet than vinegary. So, once we know they're starting to get to where they don't want to drink as much of the kombucha, Misty will cut the scoby down or either kind of
Give it
start
to
it
the
back over.
chicken.
Yeah.
Also, every time you feed kombucha, you're feeding bacteria and yeast, or you're feeding the scoby. You're feeding it sugar from the sweet tea is feeding your scoby. That's what it feeds off of. So as it feeds off the sugar, it grows. Well, once it gets pretty thick, it does not take very long for that fermentation to happen. It happens very fast because you've got more scoby. It's eating the sugar in less amount of time. So I'll just take mine and break it off in just take one layer and put it back in there, and I'll give the rest either to the pigs or to the chickens, or I'll share it with somebody who's wanting one. And then I can let my kombucha stay for longer because the SCOBY is smaller. And if I don't do that and have to pull it like every 2 or 3 days, we can't drink it fast enough. So like a 4 to 5 days is good for us. I'm missing a few comments. Thank you, Little Feet, and thank you for coming on. Yeah, it won't be long. I will have to have another sale. I'm missing a few of the comments.
Are you slowing it up? Are you slowing it up?
Being tall isn't all that.
Hey, Miss Lena, how are you? Now, Donna, there is a version that you can use honey, but you don't want to use honey. That actually makes it. It's called something else. Someone can help me.
I think it's called
That's
jus.
right. So if you're making jus, which is a kombucha based on honey, you can do that. We use an organic cane sugar when we're doing our kombucha sweetener for sweet tea. Now, pretty much that's what it lives off of. So if you're drinking kombucha and you're not flavoring it with any kind of organic juices, it's going to be very strong and does not have a lot of flavor. It reminds you of a beer almost, taste wise. So we don't like that. So we always flavor ours with some kind of sweetness. So we like pineapple. That's our favorite because it gives a good carbonation. I love apple and peach too, but it doesn't carbonate as well. So our kids don't like it as much.
I was just making sure we didn't miss any more questions. I think we got them all.
So that's why we like it.
Yeah.
We like
You
that pineapple.
can. It's just called something
Hey, Mr. Robert Lee.
different. I don't really know much about the process as far as that goes. I do know that you can do it though. It's just called something.
Yeah, Miss Kathy. And to me,
pineapple to me is just the best.
Apple, peach. I mean, mango. We've done them all. Mango, grape juice. All of them taste great. But I guess the sugar content is so much heavier. Of course, in a pineapple, it tends to do better.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
A fresh pineapple.
That in the coffee, you just wrap them up, send them to me. We've already went through one bag of that coffee, by the way.
Yeah. So yeah, kombucha is really good for you, and it's really easy. It's so simple. It's kind of like feed and starter. What kind of yeast do you use for kombucha? So kombucha is a culture of bacteria and yeast, and you can use, what you need to do is go to either find somebody who can send you a starter, or you can make your own SCOBY with a starter. You would just need some kombucha with the cultures in it.
A raw kombucha.
Right. So you don't want the flavoring in there. Now, I found mine at Whole Foods, which I'm not a huge fan of Whole Food, what they stand for, but Whole Food has decent food for the most part. And I found our starter there. I don't remember the name brand.
GT Dave's.
I don't think it was GT Dave's.
It was for the raw kombucha.
So just look for original, okay? It'll say original, no flavor, whatever. Let it get to room temperature. You're going to make your tea, pour it in there. It'll stay in there for like 4 to 5 weeks. I have a video on it. Miss Kathy can pull it up. All you got to do is type kombucha, and it'll talk about what is a SCOBY, why you need a SCOBY, that whole thing. They do have kombucha starter kits. They do.
Yeah, you could buy that too.
I'm sure you could do that.
We've just never done it that way.
That's just how I did mine. Just make sure your jar is real clean, washed out really well. I put my starter over in there, my sweet tea. I left it 4 to 5 weeks, pulled it out. I had a SCOBY. And then flavoring, what you can do with flavoring is a second fermentation. And Miss Kathy said the fizziness of it. So that's what the kids really like and Colby really likes. So you can just take your kombucha right off and put it right in the refrigerator and stop that process of fermentation. Or you can add another, you're basically feeding it again, but with something with flavor. So pineapple juice, Colby mentioned the sugar content, it goes in there and it basically ferments for a shorter amount of time. But when you put it in the airtight bottle, it produces gas. So when you open it up, it gives you that carbonation or that fizz.
And so I see a lot of people talking about starter kits costing $25 or so to buy a SCOBY. The thing is too, if you go and you can find the raw kombucha, you're paying $2.99 for a bottle, even at Whole Foods. So
it
tends to be the cheaper way.
In your community. Ask.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's $25 to buy one in that community.
Oh, in the community?
That's what she says. All right,
well, I would ask somebody in your community. I'm just saying, like, get on Facebook, get on social media and say, hey, does anybody make kombucha? Do you have an extra SCOBY to share?
And if you make kombucha and you're a regular making kombucha, you're going to develop too many SCOBYs.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. If somebody is wanting to look for them instead of buying a kit, you can just get a SCOBY. Like, I've shared my SCOBY with at least 10 people in our community that I can think of just off the top of my head. And now they can make their own kombucha. So yeah. Yeah,
we just used one bottle of raw kombucha.
I have a lot of champagne yeast, just wondering. Like if there's I know you use different types to make different types of things happen. But as far as the specific yeast, I have no earthly idea. Like if you're looking for a name, I have no idea. All I know is Miss Kathy already posted it. SCOBY stands for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. But if you're looking for the specific name, I cannot help you there. I'm not that scientific.
There's a lot of reading on kombucha that's really good though. But
yeah,
it is a live culture, but we really enjoy it. Yep. And the SCOBY pretty much makes its own yeast based on what you're feeding it, which is the sugar.
Well, yeah.
Oh well, Miss Kathy just said that. So that's exactly right. So we don't give it, unlike doing bread or anything like that and feeding it a certain thing, we just do sugar and tea, and that's actually what it comes off of: green tea, black tea, and sugar.
Yeah. But your yeast, yeast specifically has to have something to eat. These things have to, it's just like sourdough starter. If you don't ever feed your sourdough starter, which I've neglected mine so long, it probably will never come back to life. If you neglect them and don't feed your cultures, your live cultures, then they will die. So they have to have something to feed off of. Hope that makes sense.
We always get on kombucha, I think.
So Drops family, Miss Kathy just shared the video of me actually starting mine from scratch, and it's beautiful. I've used it since. And it's really easy to do. You just need to get that culture to make your SCOBY. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense.
Our conversations always go to kombucha. Why is that?
Not always.
A lot of the time. Which I like kombucha. It's really good. We've been drinking a lot of elderberry syrup lately because it's like,
Yes, we have.
Everything going on in this crazy world we live in. We hadn't really stopped, but we just been drinking it more now. Miss Sue says you're making toast.
Okay, thank you. Well, I can remember first trying to learn about, we were 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago in Michigan is when I had my first kombucha.
Was it?
Yeah, that was the first time I ever had kombucha.
I drank it for years, and Misty really never
Not me.
Never drank it.
I'd never tried it. So I tried it, and
I'm sorry,
I was
Helen.
like, oh, that's pretty good. Now, what do you have to have? They're like a scoby. I was like, and what is that? So I had to learn too. And then I can remember Miss Patty Alderman talking to me, telling me all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
What's so crazy is I was buying it and drinking it, but Misty never really saw a reason to do that. And then she's tried it, and of course we've made it for
Miss
now for the
Kathy
last
says
few
she's
years.
been making for 7 years.
If you haven't made it though, and you just want to try it, the Kavita brand that makes
That's a really good
the
brand too.
peach pineapple one, I thought it's probably my favorite. If you're buying it, to me that's my favorite.
Yep.
That's
And
the
it
one I used to buy and drink a lot.
and it really, really is easy to do.
We did, Mr. Driver Lee. I'm sorry. We're not those people. No offense, but we just didn't. Yes, I'm really sorry. We have life because we do yawn way too much. Actually, what makes our yawning even more crazy lately is our daughter, our sixth kid that was our favorite, won't sleep anymore.
Was our favorite.
I'm just joking, but she's not sleeping anymore.
What is it used for? I'm not sure what you're asking. Is it used for? But
And she don't want the kombucha.
I don't know. What is it used for? Are you talking about kombucha? And then Miss Debbie says,
Or
what
the
is
elderberry
kombucha
syrup.
good for? Kombucha is a very gut healthy drink. It is packed full of probiotics. It is very, very gut
It's like
healthy
anything that's
drink.
fermented. Fermentation is good for our bodies because it has a natural cultures in it and natural bacteria. So that's why we drink raw milk. That's why we drink elderberry syrup. That's why we try to eat off the farm raw vegetables because it does have natural bacteria in it. That's why we like yogurt. That's why we make yogurt. Kombucha is just another element of that. We don't like sauerkraut. We don't do a lot of fermented foods like fermented pickles cucumbers other than pickles. But people do a lot of fermentations like sauerkrauts, carrots, okra, and all that. We just
Okay,
don't
so
like
those are
that.
basically the same question. We just answered
See
both
you,
of them
Sam.
together. Yes, Livy is not sleeping well. She is killing us. When I say killing us, like I've had at some point in time, all I can take, and I'm like, here is a baby.
She always got up through the night. I mean, we understand that.
But she would go back to sleep.
You're right. And she would rock back to sleep too. So if I got her, she would easily rock back like it was like just instant fall asleep. Now it's like I'm gonna throw a fit.
Throw a fit. There was a period of a week, or maybe two, or maybe I don't know. There was a period. It felt like forever. Well, when she woke up, she would just scream. She would just scream. She would not stop crying. I couldn't do anything to calm her down. He couldn't do anything to calm her down. And then finally she would just
Good
cry
job,
herself
Desi.
to sleep. So yes, it has been.
Mr. Robert,
Is it
the recipe is in these notes here. Miss Kathy just posted it again.
Yes.
Miss Debbie, she probably is. She is the only
Well,
kid that's
she's
not had teeth.
7.5 months old, and she does not have teeth
Most
yet.
of our kids do have.
But
had
this
teeth
was
by
like even weeks ago.
Yeah.
She's still waking up now, but even like a few nights ago, she sat up in the bed and she was just like, and I'm like, Livy, it's like 2:00 in the morning, and I've already been up with you like 3 times. What are you doing?
She likes she has a little bouncer chair that all our kids have used, and so she
enjoys jumping in it.
She loves jumping in it. So she would rather be there than with us now.
Yeah.
So
And
anyways.
well, like Colby said, he'll sit down and try to rock her, and she would rather just be jumping in her jumper. But I was so flustered the other night. I was like, "What are you doing? I'm so tired. Why are you wanting to like sit up in the bed, look around?"
She wants to hang out.
But I will take that over her screaming and screaming bloody murder.
She's
like
not
she
really.
has.
Yeah, she's not anymore. It's not like she's screaming bloody murder. Now it's just more.
Latoya, you are so right. Your gut is 80% of your immune system, and she is exactly right. You're exactly right. Gut health helps so many other things in your body, and I completely agree with that.
Maybe she needs some kombucha. That's pretty funny. Yeah, we're funny because we'll go from our raw milk to kombucha to elderberry syrup throughout the day. And so we're trying to load our, and plus Misty's been doing a lot more yogurts for the kids, and
That's what we have
raw
for
foods and
breakfast.
things like that. So it's
Yeah.
been, if our kids' guts are not healthy and immune's not built up, I don't know whose would be.
Give her frozen washcloth. Well, she has like a little teething ring that I have froze. She would rather gnaw on her hand. She does put her hands in her mouth a lot, but she doesn't really she didn't really put a whole lot of stuff in her mouth. Now I'm scared that she will eventually get there, but right now she loves to gnaw on this section of her hand.
Drops, you're so right. I really enjoy our children. And I know everybody says that, but I think I see the brevity of life so clear. So it makes us say, we want to enjoy that time with our kids. Like I look at Aiden, he's 13. And I'm just like, man, why is he 13? He shouldn't be 13. He should be like 5. So yeah, I told Misty the other day, it is, some days are hard, but man, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, I don't know that she has no stomach issues that I'm aware of. I mean, she's strictly nursed with the exception of she has been getting a little bit of baby food, but she was really kind of up and down and throwing a fit and stuff through the nights, really even before she started on any
Yeah,
baby food. Um, I guess
I think she's just being a baby. It's okay. We enjoy it. I mean, it really doesn't bother us other than the fact that some days are a little bit harder than the other. Misty is a sleepaholic,
I'm
if
not
she
a
could.
sleepaholic, but I just cannot like function during the day if I'm up half the night. And I already get up with her, like I'm up and down with her already. So then when she's like ready to get up and like won't go back to sleep or won't lay back down, that's when I have to wake Colby up. Because I'm like, I know I'm gonna be up even a few more times. So you're just gonna have to take her till she goes back to sleep. So he can function on like 2 hours of sleep. I have to have at least 6 or 7.
I know she woke up this morning, well, I mean, she woke up several times during the night, but the last time was like 3:30. So I just told Misty at that time she started whimpering a little bit, so I picked her up and rocked her, and then kind of put her back in her little chair, and we were watching. She loves watching something on TV that's like that sings
Color and
to her.
sings.
Yeah. So I said, well, I might as well just go on milk to pour. I mean, it just kind of gets me on up, so I did try to lay back down for sure. It doesn't really bother me, I guess. Every once in a while, of course, it catches up with me, and there's like one day I'm just like,
Yeah, like last night you were asleep at 7 o'clock
see
in
you,
the
Kramer
rocking
Life.
chair.
Yeah, I was tired last night. I actually did not do. Listen to this. I did nothing on farm hardly yesterday other than milk. Instead, I'm taking a break. It started raining. I was like, yes, I don't have to do anything. Yes, it's raining.
Interrupted sleep. Yeah, that's hard. That's the part to me where like I got in the bed at 9 and I was doing a little bit of research after I
We
did
don't
that for
ever go to bed that early,
like
so that's a
no.
major
He was
thing.
asleep at 7 and everybody else
Oh
was
my
kind of
gosh.
mellowed except for Jennings. And I was like, look, I'm just gonna go in there and just sit down and read a little bit. It was like 9 o'clock. And then Jennings ran in there and woke Livy up. So I put her back down. He did it again. I put her back down. Then I had told Aiden, I was like, don't let him come back in that room and wake her up again. Because they were still in here just kind of like laid down on the couch and stuff watching on TV. And fell asleep. And then right after I fell asleep, like she got up again. So up and down, it's hard.
All right, guys. So we've been on about an hour. I see that Miss Sue said I have a prayer request for my husband's health. We will definitely lift him up in prayer, Miss Sue. We hope your husband well wishes for sure, and we'll be praying for him. Keep us updated. Let us know. And again, we'll be praying for him for sure. Thank y'all so much for coming on. We always love our chats. They're always they really are a highlight to really our week. We really enjoy just the camaraderie we have in the community, and as we said, we learn so much from y'all's chat as well. Y'all jump on, and I just think it's so cool to have these conversations. So,
I agree.
again, check out everyone on the channel. If you're not familiar with some of these stations, please check them out because they're rocking it. And again, thank y'all so very much. Keep Miss Sue and her family in your prayers. Pray for her husband. And again, thank you, Miss Kathy, for just rocking, being a moderator for sure. You nail it.
Yep. as always.
Absolutely. God bless.
Happy homesteading, y'all.
Happy homesteading, y'all.